Hey guys, happy Sunday! So I got on the scale this morning, and of course that 0.7 I gained yesterday from my little Aunt Flo visit is now gone. That's okay though, because yes, this coming Saturday, a week from yesterday, is really going to be a good weigh-in. I just know it. So today is Sunday. I've already had 2 fuelings. I'm not going to film a what I eat in a day today. We're going to do something a little different. So I think when I get back home, right now I'm walking the dogs. When I get back home, I think I'm going to do, ooh, the sun is strong. I think I'm going to do like, I used to do those little nurses corner videos where I picked an Optavia topic and we discuss it. And I was looking through a lot of the emails and messages that I get. Come on, Molly girl. And there's some really interesting questions. And I just feel like I could pick one good one. Come on, Mom. And do a video on it. So that's the plan for today. So when I get back, I'll sit down and we'll talk. Okay, so I am back home from walking the dogs. And I have to tell you, it's like 80 degrees here today. This weather is nuts. But welcome to autumn in New Jersey. So I kind of wanted just to wing this video. I haven't planned it. I haven't written notes. It's just, I just want to talk to you about a lot of stuff that comes up within private messages or emails or just in the Keeping It Optavia with Felicia Nurse group on Facebook. Even Instagram, I get messages. And I've kind of been seeing a pattern with some of the questions. So I figured today would just be a great day to answer those questions. So one that I get a lot is all about coaching. A lot of people want to know why I'm not coaching anymore. Back in 2018, when I started my journey, the original journey, I became a coach a couple of months into it, and I loved it because helping people is truly my passion. I mean, I'm a nurse, so, I'm always an advocate for people. And it was just such a great plan for me. Like, I started losing weight immediately and was continuing week by week, progressing. And I was just like a ball of, I need to tell everybody about this because it works. And it's so wonderful. And with that, my coach said, why don't you be a health coach? You'd be great at it. So, I put a little bit of thought into it. It didn't take long to convince me. And I took the exam given by the company and I passed and became a certified health coach. So some of the questions that I get is in regards to why I'm not coaching. I'm just going to give you a little history. So when I became a coach, it blew up very fast. I got so many clients so quickly. And I did that just because I had already been on YouTube. I've been on a weight loss journey for years, right? Pretty much my whole life. And I had my feet in the hospital. I have friends that are nutritionists that I work with in the hospital. And what we found was a lot of the patients that were diabetic or hypertensive, things like that, did really well on when their body became in ketosis. That was like keto and all that other stuff. So people started noticing my weight loss, and I started talking to the dietitians and whatnot. And there were a ton of patients that also went on Optavia that I was coaching. And then it evolved. So it came from social media. It came from my life as a nurse. It came from just people I knew. It just, you're like a walking billboard. When you lose weight, everyone wants to know, what are you doing, right? So anyway, that evolved into way more than I could ever imagine. And there were a lot of hours put into coaching. I mean, when you truly become a coach, not for the financial gain, you really want to help. So, people had my cell number, people had access to me 24/7. My phone was going ding, 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 ding all day, all night. And I did the very best that I could to, coach and be available. And it was amazing for the 2 years that I did it. But then what wound up happening was I think I became a little overwhelmed because I had so many clients that I truly couldn't devote towards the end the amount of time that I needed to do. So as people would transition and, lose the weight, and I slowly stopped taking on new clients, and to the point where I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So this was the year that I did not renew, because you do have to pay to become a coach, and to continue to be a coach, it's like $200. I didn't do it. And again, it was never about the money for me. It was just the passion. And that is why I continue to coach through this venue, through Facebook group that I have. And by doing that, I'm not responsible for anybody per se, but I am able to coach, if that makes sense. I can give advice, I can direct, I can be a resource, I can inspire, but I don't have the responsibility of maintaining somebody's medical history, because coaches are supposed to do that. You're supposed to know medical history. And then there's a little part of me, when I say that, I kind of feel like, oh my God, don't kill me, guys. I feel like the company should really research the health coach thing, because I hear from a lot of people, please start coaching again. I have a coach, they're useless. They don't help me. They don't reach out to me. I don't reach out to them. It is a two-way street, guys. You can't expect your coach to constantly call you. It's a two-way street. But with that being said, I feel like just anybody deciding to coach without truly understanding the way the body works physiologically, emotionally, I think it's a struggle. Now, I'm a nurse, right, for all these years of my life, and I still struggled coaching a couple of people. There's an emotional tie to weight loss. There's physiological, there's medical conditions. Like, I heard from people saying they have a cardiac and blood pressure history, and their coach never even asked them about it. How do they know this is safe? Like, oh my God. So I find that a little unnerving when it comes to people being health coaches. So all of you out there, when choosing a health coach, please do your research. You're not stuck with whoever the company provides you. You can pick one. Ask the company, who do you recommend? And I want to know their background. That's just a suggestion. And while I'm still not coaching for profit per se, while I'm not making a commission on anything, I'm not selling anything, be aware that your coaches do. They do make a commission, and they will encourage some of their clients who are interested in coaching. And some coaches press it on people that aren't even interested. Like, that to me is just like, don't do that. If you have clients that aren't interested, don't pressure them. It's not like, I get it that some people are in it for money, but the good ones are not, right? The income that you make from this is just gravy. You should have a passion. You should want to help people. Just my opinion. All right, the second question that I get is in regards to sugar-free, like diet soda, the sugar-free syrups, things like that. Because like the Walden Farm syrup, I'm going to use that as an example, right? So quarter cup, I believe, is a condiment. And sometimes you only use a tablespoon. Sometimes you use 2 tablespoons. Why do some people count it as a condiment if they're using less than? Well, this is why I do. I find that when I eat anything that contains artificial sweeteners, like stevia, not like stevia. Okay, told you I was winging this. So if you eat anything like that has artificial sweeteners like Splenda, sucralose, they're all kind of surnames, aspartame, all of that. If you're like me and so many others, that kind of product in abundance will cause you to be hungry and have sugar cravings and can stall you out big time. So I always recommend, if you're going to use a product like that, try not to overdo it. If you see something that says 1 tablespoon is a serving and it has 0 calories, you know that if you go above that serving, I will pretty much guarantee you there's calories, because an entire bottle of Walden's Farm syrup is not 0 calories. The same goes with cooking spray. Think about this, and I know I've talked about this before, but think about this one. A can of Pam cooking spray, whether it be olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil, whatever. It says on the back 0 for everything, right? But it's like for like a quarter of a second, like a psst, that's 0. But if you hold your skillet and you're like this, psst, you probably just added a couple hundred calories. And why is that? the can specifically says, and don't quote me, I can't remember exactly, but it's like 1/8 of a spray or 1/8 of a second or something like that is 0. Those things you have to be mindful of. Read your labels, look at the calories. Just because something says 0 calories doesn't mean it is. It might be for a serving size, which is probably like that much. But you think, oh, this has no calories. I'm just gonna pour the syrup on. I'm just gonna spray my cooking spray. Be careful with that, because I've fallen trapped to that many, many times. Many times have I used Walden chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, pancake syrup, blueberry syrup, strawberry syrup, all in the same day. Sugar-free whipped cream, right? The sugar-free whipped cream, the serving is 2 tablespoons. Really? How in the world are you gonna measure 2 tablespoons? It's literally like, that's it. Who does that? Okay, I didn't do that. I used to do, and on occasions it was, right? So be mindful of that. Artificial sweeteners can make a label say there's no calories, no nothing, but really the only thing that's 0 calories in my book is water and air. That's it. Another question that I get is the cost. Why is Optavia so expensive? Now remember, I don't work for the company. I'm not a coach anymore. I'm not selling. So I'm just telling you. I think it's not so expensive. And the reason is because if you are not on Optavia and you took a piece of notebook paper and you wrote your monthly expenses as far as food and beverages go, including coffee, dessert, laughing cow, condiment, whatnot. If you wrote out realistically an entire month's worth, I will bet you $1 million that Optavia is less expensive. Here's why. We purchase a month's worth of food at once. Some people don't. Some people do like 2 weeks at a time. You don't have to do the full month at once. You can order a week at a time. It doesn't matter. But when you order a full month of food, and on top of that, once a day you have to make your own like lean protein and a vegetable, you're saving money because you're not going out to eat. There's no drive-through like Burger King or Wendy's. You're not going to Dunkin' Donuts. You're not going out for ice cream. You're not going to the movies and getting popcorn. You're not going for the Starbucks drink. You're not going, down the street in the middle of the day from work and be like, I am so hungry, I'm just gonna stop and grab something. That's like the way most people live. Not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, just, I would say the vast majority, right? How many times do we go out and be like, oh, I'm going to get a Starbucks and it's like $6. So if you calculate what Optavia costs versus what you would normally eat off of Optavia, I would also guarantee that you throw stuff out. When I was not on Optavia, vegetables would go bad, fruit would go bad. I was buying, when I was on keto, exorbitant amounts of butter and oil, which are super expensive, organic meat, all this other stuff. I think there's a time and a place for everything. And when I order a month's worth of Optavia, I am not shooting for like total organic meat. I'm not spending, $15 on a little piece of something. I mean, organic is great, but realistically, I think even organic might not be so organic. Optavia has helped tremendously with, obviously weight loss, right? Focus, commitment, right? It's so easy to get sidetracked, but it's so hard to be committed. But once you're there, once you realize how this is actually working for you, you're sleeping better, your mood is better, you don't have sugar crashes, you're not exhausted in the middle of the day. All right, maybe sometimes, like if you work like I do, I'm tired sometimes, and it's not from nutrition. You don't have to buy supplements anymore because the food has it all in there. You don't need probiotics, you don't need vitamins. It's all in there. So there's so many benefits to this. My skin is always nice and clear when I'm on Optavia. There's so many benefits to it. And the convenience factor has been huge. I am recovered from COVID. If you didn't know, you can go watch my COVID videos. But I was super, super sick, like really bad. And one of my biggest priorities is my health, right? Because I truly don't know if I would ever be able to survive what I went through with COVID. That's how sick I was. Okay, I'm blessed and grateful to be here. I will never, ever forget that in my life. Most traumatic situation I've ever been through. Truly. I'm still, I had this back in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. All right, 5 months since I've had it. I still have a little bit of, what do you call it, like residual. My smell is not back 100%. I still have nightmares. I still am very anxious. I hoard cleaning supplies. I was never like that. I am clean. Like, I like to clean my house, but I hoard it. Like, if there's a thing where it says buy 2 bottles only per person, I will buy 2 bottles, go to my car, go back and buy 2 bottles, go back to my car. Like, ridiculous. I am terrified of COVID. Okay. And it's only because I had such a traumatic experience. I'm educated. I get it. Right. And I don't want this to turn political, please. But this is just me. So health is paramount for me. And being on Optavia, I feel like all the vitamin C I need, I'm getting. Vitamin D, getting. Probiotics, I'm keeping my gut healthy. I'm sleeping better. I'm drinking more water. I have more energy, so I'm more active. Like, I just feel in such a good place. And when I say that my health is paramount, it truly is. So I feel like this plan, on top of all of the other good reasons, is the one to be on for me. I can only speak for me in regards to that situation. So, yeah, so that's that. I don't know. I think this video, we're at 15 minutes now. I think it's kind of long enough, but if you guys like this kind of video where I'm just kind of talking, or if you have some topics that you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. I love doing these type of videos. It's a nice switch up since you guys see what I eat every day, all the time. My foot is asleep right now. Let me know below, and I'd be happy to make these videos, maybe once a week, something like that. And I guess that's about it. So I will see you tomorrow. Jess and I are going to film our Q&A today. That'll be up during the week. And tomorrow will be a whole new what I eat in a day video. So I will see you then. And as I always end my videos with saying, remember, stay focused, and we can all do this as long as we do it together. See you guys tomorrow.